Hello, this is Juniper of Solavie Studio, and welcome to my backyard. Today I would like to talk about how life on this planet and for our personal experience is constantly changing. It's one of the basic laws of physics. Everything is constantly changing, transforms from one thing to another. It seems this way and then becomes that way. The whole cycle that we're in right now, Kidday, is we're in the decaying cycle in the year. The leaves will start falling off of the trees very soon. At my house, it already has started. So we're in this rhythm of change. And soon, my backyard will look a lot more bare. Some of the sword ferns. Ooh, honey. Mr. Moses. Okay, sorry. Yeah. The sword ferns stay green most of the year. But this little vine maple tree right here, it will lose its leaves in hopes of gaining new leaves next year, depending on the severity of the winter, which, from what I've heard, this winter isn't supposed to be incredibly cold in my area. In fact, the local ski resort is a little bit nervous about having such a short season. So much help from this little lovey. Want to say hello? Anyways, so how can we adjust to constant change? How can we use it to our benefit? Well, it's unknown what's going to happen tomorrow, or the next day, or the next day, or the next day. So we can get stuck in the, oh my goodness, I don't know. Oh my goodness, I don't know. Well, there's no way you can know. So it's not, and trust me, I can be a worrywart. So, but I've realized that it isn't beneficial. It doesn't make my life better to worry and worry and worry and worry over something that you have absolutely no way of controlling. And part of my journey has been learning what forgiveness truly is. To forgive people for their actions and how I reacted to their actions. To forgive my actions that I'm not proud of. To release all of that, because just like worry, holding on to unnecessary feelings, just the emotional realm, doesn't help me progress. And in the emotional realm and getting all stuck in a place of, well, they did this thing and this thing and this thing, and at the end of the day, all the thinking about those things that all those people did to you, it's a waste of time. I'm not saying that I don't spend time processing things, and I think it's healthy to recognize when something comes up. And, maybe if it's been a traumatic part in your life, maybe you're going to have to encounter those thoughts or feelings more than once. Maybe it will be 1,000 times. But each time you encounter it, let it go a little bit more. Let it go a little bit more. Let it go a little bit more. There's been plenty of times where I felt wronged in my life. And there's been plenty of times where I feel like I've wronged other people. And I can get stuck in those feelings. But that gets me nowhere. Except staying stuck. So through wisdom, which, depending on the day, I have a greater or lesser degree of use of wisdom. Oh, geez. Sorry, he's slobbering on my notes, and I wrote in fountain pen, so the color is going all over the paper. So through this wisdom, we can recognize when something is a dead end, when we are being stuck in this thought or this emotion or this limiting belief, and recognize that everything is constantly changing. You don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. You don't know what challenges or blessings will come your way. But being wise enough to recognize when something is a dead end. Okay, that thought no longer serves me. Feeling wronged by this person and that person and this person no longer serves me. And trust me, I've had some people in my life who I found very challenging. Some people who I've shared a living space with, who I found very challenging. At the end of the day, they're just people who want the same things I do. They want to live life. They want to enjoy being here on this earth. There's so many things that are so beautiful, like this tree. This beautiful cedar tree. I'm sitting around a lot of ferns. I have this beautiful cat sitting on my lap. So there's so many things that are really, really nice. And those thoughts of appreciation and gratitude help me find the wisdom of recognizing when something is a dead end. Why do I keep putting my energy into that emotion when it's not helping me launch forward? So forgive yourself and forgive other people and move forward. And keep on doing things that will create what you dream of. I've had a lot of dreams in my life where it's just pure bliss. I want that life. I want the life of one of the things I would really love is to wake up in the morning, get my hot drink ready, putter around the house for a minute, doing what I need to do to get my morning started properly, and go and take care of my sheep. Sheep are hilarious. They do the funniest little things. I don't know, I really enjoy them. But just the act of giving them water, making sure their pasture is rotated so they have enough food, and then it's this whole living cycle. They go into a field and they eat the grass, and then they go to the bathroom, which feeds the grass. Then you move them to the next field, and while they fertilize the grass for you, and so then the grass grows, and then they go back and eat. So it's this wonderful, perfectly designed process. But sometimes it is comforting to get stuck in the, I don't have the property for the sheep to live on. I don't have a shelter for the sheep to live in. I don't even have the money to buy the property. I don't know how to take care of a flock of sheep by myself. I don't know how to this and that and this and that. Yeah, I could get stuck in the fear, in that kind of emotion. But what I've learned about myself through years and years is I never stop learning. When I've gone through those phases in my life where I'm not voraciously reading something, I'm not intently studying something, I get quite unfun. I'll just put it that way. But if I'm studying about plants or herbs or reading about different ways of viewing things or reading about how numbers move. Numbers is the language of the universe. Math is the language of the universe. That's describes motion, describes everything. So even when you're dealing with money, that describes how money moves in these accounting courses I've been taking. And sometimes there's really, really complicated, or not complicated, but intricate equations that are necessary to achieve certain results of financial health. And it's fascinating how money plays, how numbers interact, how things move in certain ways. Anyways, a little side note there, but the constant learning is something that I've found necessary for my personal happiness. So I recognize that no, I don't have the 5 acres. Oh, honey, what are you? That or more. I won't limit it to 5, but 5 is a pretty common parcel size for my area. And there's been a lot of subdivision over the past however many years. That is required for a sheep to be happy. And for some reason in my head, if I have sheep, I need a dog. At the house I live in right now, it would be cruel to have a dog live with me. I don't have a fenced-in yard. There's no place for it to run. And my experience of having a dog that doesn't have a big yard to run in, or just has a tiny, tiny, tiny little yard to run in, the size of dog that I like, they're not happy. So there's certain, yeah, of course, I can't have everything that I want this second, but that shouldn't, but I accept that. I'm not judging myself for not being in that place right now. And I'm doing what I can foresee at this moment in an effort to be able to have that blissful life that I would love to enjoy. Yeah, at my age, I could have manifested it faster, but I might not have been ready for all of that. I'm not even certain that all of the people that I needed to learn from until this point in my life, that they would have wanted that same vision. Love my ex-husband dearly, but I don't see him wanting that kind of lifestyle. But at the same time, he taught me a lot, and because of him, or because of both of us together. There's two amazing human beings. But starting on a project, such as a farm, maybe when the kids were younger, it was necessary to focus more on them and not on the farm. So creating a balance between work and play. Taking on a farm is going to be a whole lot of work. And children in my experience need time and love and thought and attention. So those are also some of, distractions come in many different forms. Could be in, I view my role as a parent as a commitment that I made. I committed to being a parent to those children. And yes, I can view that as a distraction to getting to where I want to go, but that distraction is also very beautiful, and there's been many blissful moments of play, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. So be patient with yourself, be patient with others, be in the consciousness of forgiveness of every being as much as you can, and employ the wisdom to recognize when an intentional change needs to happen before change comes anyways. But again, it's always the unknown, it's always the unseen, and we do the best we can. Okay, sorry this is a bit long. Okay, blessings on your day.